Before we do our giveaway, we want to see a video. This is a tribute. This is tribute time. And we're paying tribute to the Reverend Canon Laverne Jacobs from Walpole Island, Ontario. And he was Indigenous Ministries Coordinator 40 years ago when I got to know the National Church in the 80s. He invited me to check out the first convocation, and he zeroed in on me and nurtured me along and encouraged me to apply for jobs at the National Church, and so I did. And so he was my mentor when I started here volunteering in the church. That's how I started, volunteering at the national level 40 years ago, I guess. Anyways, met Laverne, and he was my mentor. I'm very pleased that Lisa picked up with all the video history we have of Indigenous ministries going back to the 80s. We were quite fortunate that we could pick up and tell the story of Laverne's life's work in ministry. And we're so appreciative to Lisa and Becky, the team, to put together this story for us and pay tribute to Laverne Jacobs. Take it away.
I was responsible for about years, and some development problems. My immune system didn't develop, and that caused a lot of illness throughout the years, and also meant that I missed 3 years in school.
When I was younger, we spent a lot of time in the hospital and in the zoo, and I didn't really have too much interaction with him in the years.
I spent a lot of time reading, couldn't do what other kids did, couldn't play sports, and just didn't make life do with what I had. And a lot of times, I would spend summers in bed, or my mother would take me, carry me out to the yard and put me on a blanket and I'd have books to read or whatever, because I couldn't play with the other kids.
During those years, I wondered what I want to be. I want to be a teacher or a doctor or a minister, and that being a minister is something which has always sort of been there. And I remember in the early years in school, we had our teacher was had broken legs, so she was not able to teach. And in her place, we had the local Anglican priest who taught us for about half the year. And there was something about him and his presence that really attracted me. And, I wanted to become a priest. I don't know why. I wasn't Anglican at all. I was in a church. My mother's very staunch United Church person, and my father is an Anglican. And I was baptized as a United Church person.
I think our Christian grounding really came from both parents, but more so my mother. My first memory of my mother is with the youngest brother Alan, who was 3 years older than me. I was sitting at the piano with my mom, and my mom's playing and singing little gospel songs to us, and we were singing along and really enjoying our time together. And kind of my favorite song was Camped on Races.
I don't think it was until my teens when I became really aware of what it was to be native, and it's something that I really struggle with because during that time, our community, which right now is still a pretty stable and very progressive community, and somewhat different from other communities. There were a lot of social problems, and alcoholism was a real problem, and it's a problem which I think caused me great deal of pain. In our community, the reserves and islands, on the weekends, it was very common sight to have the vast area and everybody coming over and just hardly able to stand. And it was really quite demoralizing in many ways. I finally maybe 13, I did quite well, but then it was also difficult in my father because she didn't go in for re-election, so there was a lot of political turmoil in the community. And that affected my studies so hard. I found out Christmas Day, by Christmas Day, in June, I really failed. And that was quite traumatic for me because I had this feeling of being trapped and being stuck on reserve, and I didn't want that to happen. And I can remember sitting at the table in tears and my mother being there supporting me and just, I think I would really see that I'm going to be stuck on this reserve. And I didn't know about it, and the reserve was never a happy place for me. And I had to come to grips with failure and the realization that I might not be able to become a minister. After I started at the bank, some members from the district came to the bank and they said they came to see me. They wanted to know if I was still interested in going to school. They said they could get me into a college. And I said no, because I really didn't want to go back to the stereotype of the lazy, drunk, irresponsible Indian who can't hold a job. I didn't have a choice because I felt that if I just quit, then I would just add to that stereotype. So I stayed with the bank for a couple of years and then felt the call to go be the ministers and becoming stronger and stronger. And I had a sense of, okay, now's the time. And I enrolled at the university. And when I found year, I applied to Union College and was accepted readily. The devotion of the college, the regular morning prayers and communion, that spoke to me, and I found myself becoming what I guess being more and more called to this kind of spirituality. And in my final year, I had to make some very tough decisions. This is probably one of the hardest decisions I've had to make in my life. I felt really called to become an Anglican. And I knew this was going to have, it was going to hurt my mother, it was going to hurt the congregation which formed me and supported me. But I knew that's what I had to do. So I went home one weekend and told my mother that we felt God was calling me to join the Anglican Church and become Anglican. And her leader's response was, why? And then she stopped and said, well, that's up to you. You have to do your decisions and go where God's calling you. And then came the time to tell the congregation. And this was difficult because they had just presented me with a watch to just show some signs of support. And so I, during the service, with the support of the minister, spoke to the congregation and said, I really feel like God was calling me to become Anglican. And it was very difficult for me to do that. But one of the elders got up and said, you have to go and follow where God is leading you and go with a blessing. As it turned out, I was assigned to first year to All Saints Church in Windsor, which is a downtown church. And then from there, I was priested in 1975 and appointed back to Oak Island as the priest for both the Anglican Church and the United Church. So in a way, we have this whole journey and call to go back to the United Church ministry being fulfilled in a way that I certainly didn't expect, and the world didn't expect either. When I went back to the reserve, I found myself dealing with the very people that I went away from, because the rectory was right on the sort of the main part of the reserve, and I had people knocking on the doors at all of the night. A friend of mine whom I grew up with, who became alcoholic by the time he was 17, would be ready to visit. He'd come hours of the night and he'd say, I want you to stop drinking. And I would say, well, let me take you to a detox center. And he would say no. And finally, he would say, well, come over and see me in the morning so I don't start drinking. So I get up 6 o'clock and I go down to his place and he's already gone. And this went on for a number of times. And finally, one evening he called and said, look, I want to quit drinking. I said, okay, I'll come and get you and I'll take you to Windsor and go to the detox center. And he said, okay. And I was in the midst of a Bible study. And so I just told him to just continue on going. And I took him to the detox center in Windsor. And he stayed there for a while. And then didn't quite make it, but he did go back again. And then, I had the joy of seeing him go to the house, buy a car, and he was an excellent driver. I mean, a very creative person. And to see all that turn around was a real joy. But unfortunately, he had abused his body so much that he died. And he had a heart attack and died. But that journey was difficult, but it was also, there was a sense of joy about it, even though he was young. I had to go back, first of all, to learn to accept myself as a native person. I had to go back to learn to accept my people and forgive them.
First Bible I had what we call Mishart, and that's actually tribe. And she actually tried exactly that. She got extra brownie points for that. I was aware when we got married that it was going to be a big change for her, and And I thought, well, I want to show her that she's welcome, so I made her a toque as a Christmas gift, and I thought, just to show her that we accept her and she's welcome. And now I think about it, and bought a lot of love with a toque all winter, but I guess it was okay. Yeah.
She's not a very religious person. And that would be a challenge. But she couldn't have the community. It's to take seriously to do that. And the people that in this community now, just accept her and really appreciate her.
The most significant thing that's happening is the gathering of people together is doing something. I can't explain exactly what it is. It's some kind of new energy. It's also a spiritual journey for many people.
Ministries was so new in the church, and some of the negativity that we felt was that we were a threat to other people's ministries going on in Canada, and we had to rise to challenge that.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's convocation hours.
And Laverne was good at challenging us.
These are things that the task force are suggesting to you as a group. You have to decide whether you want to do this or not. And that's what I say. This is what I mean when I say it's up to you. The moral circle means that it does away with the hierarchy. Everyone in the circle is equal and has a voice, and each person gets the chance to say how they feel about a certain issue. So you don't have the kind of power struggles or the one who is more vocal, able to control and dominate the group.
Laverne was quiet and helping us to plan how to work with that. That was I think his moment, his accomplishments was bringing us together, building the Indigenous community together.
He was pastoral, kind. If I made a mistake, he had no qualms of telling me, but in a gentle way. And I really appreciated all he did.
One of the reasons that the Native people are so loyal to the church is I think that in the beginning they recognized that there was a basic truth in the gospel that the missionaries brought. And I think they really saw that. They saw that the values, the ideals, the hopes, and it was almost identical to what they had learned through their elders. The problem was with that the gospel got mixed up with the culture. And salvation, or being saved, was almost equivalent to being civilized and being Western, being European. And I think many people have been able to see that difference, but it still doesn't lessen the pain, and the pain is very real.
And and we will probably cause pain to the rest of the church. That's okay. I don't mind. I want them to feel that pain. They have to feel that pain in order to understand our pain.
This gathering was, again, I think another monumental and watershed experience. The residential school experience took 2.5 days of people just pouring out their lives. I'm not paying a lot of tears, but I think also a lot of healing. And to have the parent there to hear the concerns and hear the pain of those who have gone through the residential school system, and to feel and hear the impact that had on many communities, many people as a whole, I think was a real step towards healing. Was entered into as an effort to break away from the church. It was in response to calling that spirit to be the people that God wants us to be. And we felt that we can't be ourselves in the structures as they are right now. There isn't room for that. And the structures aren't working, they're not allowing us to be who we are. And I think they see this as a way of somehow being able to put some real integrity.
I think his legacy was to lift us up, and find our voice. I was a student of his when I came to work at the national office, and I enjoyed my time with him, learning from him, and I had tried to carry on from him what I learned, and that was to build that respect for Indigenous ministries.
As a Christian person, I was raised in the church. That's part of my heritage. But now I'm also finding out that there's no part of my heritage that I don't know about. But that doesn't mean that it doesn't exist or that it was never there. And that also is there. And I think I'm just beginning to get in touch with that. And lately, I think over the last few years, I think what we have to deal with mostly as a sense of loss and a sense of grief. I was invited on a number of occasions to be part of the Indigenous network, and it brings together Indigenous peoples from Maori, from the United States, from New Zealand, from Australia together. And I can remember one occasion in New Zealand, we were sitting around just having fun, and because of the things that I was housed with the Maori people, so I got to hear some of their stories, and this particular night they were, being hosts and offering inviting people over to come and sing and tell stories or whatever. So each Indigenous unit to go through some of them, share some songs and dances and stories, and enjoy them. I would say it's time for the girls to do something. And we couldn't do anything. I mean, none of us that were there could dance. We didn't know our dances. We didn't know our stories. We didn't know our songs. I mean, it was really traumatic. And I can remember that evening sitting down and saying to one of the bishops, I really feel cheated. When I've been here, and this has been a really rich experience for me. I've enjoyed seeing your culture, the families of living, and all what that means, and just the richness of it all, but I don't have that experience. And really feeling cheated, and then we tried to help you guys see, you learn your ways, and you learn your customs, and use that to help your people. But you didn't do what I was saying. At the heart of the essence of who I am as a native person, it's the fact that what the incarnation is that God came to a people and took upon himself their form, their images, their customs. So when I think of some of the native traditions, it's God coming to them in those traditions, in the way that they know, in the way that they understand. And I think we have to somehow realize that God speaks in many languages. God uses many customs. And I find, in some ways, I'm a person who lives in two worlds and is always sort of caught in the middle and doesn't quite belong here, doesn't quite belong there. That's just really sort of thrown my mind.
A lot has happened, and it's like the bud beginning to blossom, but still got a long ways to go. And I think that's what I see. And I see the strength of the people in a way that wasn't there 30 years ago. Young people speaking out very articulate. The elders who've got a real vision. I guess you really tell is what the church makes us flower flourish. What the church make room for this growth in different ways to enable this flower to grow. It'll mean on the institution's part, a willingness to let go, a willingness to follow, a willingness to celebrate the differences. And I'm not sure where the church is at in that. I mean, I see signs of hope. I still wonder. And I know there's still a long ways to go. But I think we'll get there. Sooner or better. I hope to see that day.
It's the determination of the hand, the fact that they didn't give up, and knowing died, still died on that journey. And in my mind, certainly in my own soul, but and down on the mark. And I think for a part of that time, different
national gatherings, each person that was there were touched in some way by the elders and the leaders. And that will bear fruit in some way, I don't know how, but it will. Society as a whole, and I'm for sure those who are non-Indigenous, need to recognize the gifts that Indigenous people bring and allow them to use the gifts that the Creator gave them. We have to respect each other and walk together.
I'd like to close with a prayer which was written for the first sacred circle. Great Spirit, whose breath I feel in the wind, whose voice I hear in the birds, whose eyes I see in the children, listen to us. You are the God of all our yesterdays, all our todays, and all our tomorrows. You know the plans you have for all your people. As we gather in the Indigenous Anglican Sacred Circle, show to us, the Indigenous peoples of Canada, your word for us in the life of your church. Give to us eyes to see the sacred way you have prescribed for us. Teach us to walk in the footsteps of your Son, the Chief of Chiefs. May our hearts be as one with yours. You make all things new. May we, your church, and all creation, rejoice in the new way you are preparing for us and your church. In the name of our brother, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Yahweh's people dance for joy. Oh, come before the Lord and play for him on glad tambourines, and let your trumpets sound. Sing a new song unto the Lord, let song be sung from mountains high. Sing a new song unto the Lord, sing hallelujah.
And Teresa? Now, to continue with our tributes and giveaways, we want to acknowledge some people who for almost just as many years as Laverne have been aiding and abetting in our work. And Teresa and I thought, well, we're hoping to retire this year, and that we wanted to acknowledge some people who have been very helpful with us communicating the work of Indigenous ministries and entering into technology, the digital world, and all of that of communication for ASIP with one another and with ministry across the country. So I call upon Brian Bukowski to come forward, please. Is he in the room? Brian? Really? Okay, we'll catch him. Is he coming back? No, okay. We'll catch him in the office. Lisa Berry, who is she really knows how to tell a story. And you all really know how to tell the story. And Lisa's so talented in capturing that, and with her team. And we appreciate you, Lisa. Becky, we're so pleased to have her spend this week with us. And she does the editing. I think it's picky work, going through all the miles of film.
Thank you, Becky. Thank you, Donna. Thank you,
Next, we have Scott. He did retire, but he's back. And we're so pleased to have him at this sacred circle. Scott Brown. Oh. He's the one that comes out to where you live and sets up his camera.
So much love.
And Shane Roberts. He did good work, we hear, with the youth gathering this year.
Appreciate it.
Got any more? Chris? Any more you want to do? Or we'll move on to the planning. Okay. Look before or after they get theirs.
Who's up next?
Hmm?
Who are you going to give to next?
No one.
And I've got a few.
One moment, please.
As a point of liberty, I'll use this side. Laverne spoke about how Indigenous Ministries has changed, and in the background you got to see a lot of faces that are very familiar that you see up here now. I have been incredibly blessed in these last 3 months of getting behind the desk. The first person I saw was Teresa to sit and to tell me, this is your door. That's your chair, sit there. This is your desk, sit there. I've leaned on this mighty, mighty woman for many counsel and many thoughts and many ideas and guidance. Both Tracy and I, we looked and we wanted to find something special for you, but not going to burden you down with too much. We always talk about downsizing. We always talk about making something that's just enough. So from both Tracy and I, we wanted to give you a book for your journaling, and it says, I can do everything through him who gives me strength, Philippians 4:13, as well as a blanket for those nights that you're just going to be sitting and relaxing, have a nice cup of tea, and you put it over your lap, you look down and you'll see the hummingbirds, which remind you that there's something beautiful, always something dancing in front of you, and that's our love.
I'm about to cry, but forgive me. You know, I've been with Indigenous Ministries for the last 33 years. And it has been a wonderful journey. I have learned so much. And I thank all these folks who have taught me, beginning with the Reverend Laverne Jacobs, I forgot James Icebester, Donna Bonberry, the elders, and especially the elders, Gladys Cook, Hodson, who else did I forget now? the two wise smiths, why they have mentored me. And I really appreciated that. And I thank you all. And I really thank you all from the bottom of my heart. I feel like crying now. But you know, I will meet you, I know. And I'll be in touch with all of you. God bless you as you journey along. Thank you.
As I had mentioned before, that both Tracy and I, we tried to find all the different types of blankets that we could, so that there is no crossover. And the Lord works in wondrous ways. As I said, we didn't pick anything special in any kind of way, but I think this blanket is perfect for Donna, who has the long memory, as well as Teresa, in the office. And when I came in, I was also told that I have them only for this short time, and that they are going to be retiring and moving on and stepping down and putting their feet up and having an extra cup of tea and not worrying about getting over to the office. And I said, well, that's okay, as long as they stay online, that I can phone them anytime. So, but Donna has been that great sense of peace and also healing that I needed, especially through the transition, the changes, and the struggle of trying to find a voice to be able to come here to Sacred Circle. And so from both Tracy and I and all of Indigenous ministry, and this is where it's going to start turning now, from all of us, we're going to give you the blanket of healing flight.
Thank you. Thank you. I had said a lot before in my tribute words about Laverne. He was my mentor. He was the first person I went to and met when I started searching around the national church back in the early 80s. And a young mother, and wanted to know what this church was all about. Him and Liz Jackson had a way of drawing me into the first convocation, because I sat in my first national program committee and heard about Indigenous ministries from a non-Indigenous bishop. And at my first meeting of program committee, and I put my hand up and I said, I would like to hear about Indigenous ministries from Indigenous people who are doing ministry. And that began my journey. They sent me to Laverne to the first convocation in 1988, and you know the rest of the story. I'm back with you today, and I'm very grateful and love this honor, and thank you very much.
The next tribute I'd like to give is over to my dear brother, Ray. He was very quick to get off the stage here after his presentation, and he was out the doors, and I was wondering if we said something wrong or if we were going to ask too many questions. But I'm going to ask him to come on up. Come on, my dear brother. The blanket that we're going to give you is called the Warrior Wolf. One who sings and one who at the same time knows exactly what to say, when to say it, and how loud to sing it. And with it you get a cross. Almighty, bless this cross. Bless its wearer, that it may be always a strength and a symbol to know whose he is and where he needs to turn. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Do I have to give a speech? You don't have to.
Thank you very much. It's an honor and a privilege to be here and to receive this, and I thank you all. And thank you for your patience with me. I am young. I am appreciative of the elders who continue to encourage me. Thank you.
We've been blessed over this last while to have a spiritual man who has been working with us to bring us into that right place, to cleanse this place, and to make sure that we know exactly what we are, and to remind us that we are always a people of prayer. He's taking up a new ministry, Stephen, and I cannot tell you how proud I am of this young man who is taking up a mantle and stepping into some moccasins that are very large of his mother. He is going to be working in Vancouver with the people. He's going to be doing a ministry that the people need so much to be energized and to be reminded that they are loved, they are cared for, and they always have someone to turn to who will spiritually guide them. I present you with this cross. May this cross go with you. May it bless you. May it strengthen you. And may it always remind you of your calling, the direction you always need to be. In Jesus' name. Amen. And to him, I give him a blanket of the bear, a symbol of strength, the power that he's going to be needing. And may the Spirit that carries this always hold you. Thank you. These next two blankets go to some dear friends. I had mentioned that any leader by themselves is a lonely individual. And our ASIP co-chairs, both Carolyn and Murray, I'm going to call on them to come up next. And I want to give these to you to remind you of all the things that you have given back to the Sacred Circle, and the leadership and stepping in, and that you are appreciated in your ministry, and that at the same time the ministry always continues. So if you will come up, both of you. The first one goes to Carolyn. This one is entitled Bigfoot. She is so strong. She makes a presence known in all that she says and all that she does. Anytime that Murray and I get out of line and we start ramping off and everything else like that, she's the one that puts the stomp on us. She's kept us in place.
It's been a wonderful journey. So many friends that I've made along the way. And hopefully you'll invite me back as a guest to your next Sacred Circle, if I'm still walking and living. Love you all. I'm going to miss you.
these next gifts across, of course, always for Murray, because he's in the ministry and as a reverend, he always needs to be reminded that always the cross is before him and upon him. Almighty bless this cross for my dear brother, that it may be his strength for him and the protection, especially in the battles and the warrior that he needs to be. In Jesus' name, amen. To him, he gets the orca. One, it is a symbol, a great symbol of strength, and at the same time, that it is one that is, from my perspective, being not from the ocean, but from the plains, it is one that is also terrifying when it gets angry. So, I'm going to present this to you, my dear brother.
Gretch, I gotta say, thank you so much. When I was looking at the tribute for Laverne, it took me right back. I was so happy to see that tribute. Because in Menaki Lodge in 1993, you see the videos and how young you looked, and the hopes and the dreams of all those elders around, and being sent on with Mervyn up to a room to be able to write something with Vi and a couple of and the others were 6 of us. That was a daunting task, but we managed it, and the hope and dreams and visions of our for self-determination never died, and always kept moving along. And each time we seemed to pick up a little bit of speed. And when opportunity came to come to ACIP, this is my first term serving as a co-chair, and we did face some challenges in our early time as ACIP. But a wonderful team of people, and I can't thank Caroline enough, because Chris is right. She's been there all along, and she knows she's kept us steady, and we made a good team together, and the members of ACIP were a good team to work with as well. It's such a joy to be in this community and to continue the journey towards self-determination. And I believe we're edging ever closer, and I appreciate your prayers and your support as we continue the journey into the next steps. And ACIP has yet to get together to choose the new chairs, but ACIP has been elected, and it is my great joy to be able to serve the community once again. I love you all. Thank you so very much.
In the office that we have over at Church House, there's always a still small voice that sits in the corner and does all the things that needs to be done, but never really complains and never asks for anything. And that's our Rory. So if you come up. Rory does amazing beadwork. I don't know if you can tell. And that's something both Tracy and Rory have in common. And when we saw this is the 4 directions and also the medicine wheel. And it is also a turtle, all beaded all together in one. And only Tracy and Rory would admire the danglings. So I thought it was a bit much, but there we are. And now Rory can have tea and coffee at the office.
And always on the go and on the run, because it's a travel mug. And I know not to complain, I'm a youth, I'm here to help. Thank you.
That's our office. And I am so pleased, so honored. I wanted to do one last thing before I hand it over to the ladies. This video that was put together by we're going to call them our team, was absolutely fantastic and amazing for our dear brother, Laverne. I want to say one thing, especially in your own words of concern and worry about where our Indigenous ministries is going. I believe we are a people of hope. Are we a people of hope, everyone? Yes. Are we a ministry that's going to continue? Yes. And are we a ministry that's going to lift up our identity, our place, and our voice within the church, the Anglican Church of Canada? Yes. You hear the words from your people, from your church, your ministry, and from us to you, the incredible love and thanksgiving for you who have started and blazed the trail, and for us who continue, and for those who will be following and carrying on. Know the work was worth it. The labor was worth it. The love was worth it, because you have given all of this to us who sit here now today in this 2023 Sacred Circle. God bless you. God bless you, brother.
And now for you folks, I call upon Rory and Gerald and Rosie Jane and Teresa.
And just as they're getting up to place, I'm going to call upon my dear brother, Don, Archbishop Don, come on up. You wanted to say a few words before. I have been blessed to hear his stories for the last couple of days. I have been blessed to be able to stand with him and walk with him, and with all the team and with all the crew who are amazing, who are glorious, and who kept us alive and awake.
No, Teresa at the very, Teresa.
Thank you, Archbishop Chris and everybody. I'm just going to ask for your patience and your indulgence now. Those of you that have gotten to know the Maori people will know that we like to interrupt. But we couldn't help but be moved by the video that we saw. You, like Jesus and the miracle at Cana, saved the best for last. And so we were quite moved, really, really moved by the story. E te rangatira e Laverne. Anei rā te piopo ao te aro e tū nei ki mui a koe. Kia takoto nei ki au reke reke te mihi, te aroha o te hāhi Maori. Ki a koe. Ki a koe, hei whakamihi ki tō mahi, tō huarahi roa, nāu I takahi. E hara I te mea mō hau anake, engari mō tō iwi, me te oranga ake o tō hāhi. Laverne, we can't let this moment pass without acknowledging you and all the work that you have done and everything that you represent. There's a saying amongst my people, ko te hua nui o te atua aroha ko te aroha, ko te hua nui o te tama te atua ko te hauhau rongo, ko te hua nui o te wairua tapu ko te ringi mārie, ko te hua nui o te tangata ko te ngākau mahaki. The great gift of the God of love is love. The great gift of the Son of God is restoration, forgiveness, and reconciliation. The great gift of the Holy Spirit is peace. The great gift that we can offer in return as people is a humble heart. We recognize you, Laverne, as a man of a humble heart. You spoke during the video of your time in our country, on our whenua, and the experience that you had there amongst the expressions of the cultural identity of my people. There are many ways to speak a native language. For some, it's using the words, the vocabulary of our people. For others, it's an expression of their creative arts, so that weaving or beading or painting or carving becomes their voice and their language. And for others, it's the work of a truly humble servant. You may have said during that video that you felt cheated, in a sense. And my people know that feeling as well, because my people were brought up under crushing colonization that sought to destroy us, remove our identity. And my father was of a generation where if he spoke his language at school, he would be beaten by the teachers. And yet we survived. We survived because of the humble service of our leaders, who endured great suffering, but were patient with it and never gave up, remained tenacious, but also gracious. We recognize all of those gifts in you. And not only in you as an individual, but in your people, and in the sacred circle that you help to bring to life. So I think it's important that we acknowledge the moment. We couldn't let it go past. We would have been flying home back to Aotearoa, New Zealand, feeling very low if we had not taken the opportunity to acknowledge the moment. So what we would like to do is acknowledge you, Laverne. If it was that one of our bishops wasn't quite listening at the time, and apparently that's an attribute of many bishops, I hope that we can say to you now that we've been listening and we've heard you. We've heard you speak the native language of your people, not through word, but through deed, and through the incredibly gracious, humble nature of your ministry and your deep love for the sacred circle. So we have a gift for you, a taonga made of pounamu, green stone. We will give this one a name. This will be known as He Ngākau Mahaki, the humble heart of the humble servant. And we offer this to you, e te rangatira, e te pāpā, as an elder, not only of your people, but of ours too, our shared journey. And I hope that when you wear it, you will know that we have heard you. You will know that our support for your work and for your people remains ever strong. And as gratitude and thanks for your call, for listening to the call of God, for being humble and gracious in response to everything that's come your way. We acknowledge you, we acknowledge your beautiful wife, we acknowledge your family, we acknowledge your people. We're going to sing for you now. Te himene, ko tahirau te kau maono, te himene. And not too high, rua whaitiri. We're not all blessed with high tenor voices. Sorry, Laverne. But yeah, let our song be a blessing, and we'll sing as we walk up to you and offer this to you.
Hey!
Okay, now we'll start with the back row of folks who have traveled to join us at this sacred circle, and we're so proud that we accomplished the signing of the covenant and our way of life. And if you will come down and receive your gift, it's a t-shirt. And Rory's holding the medium. Rosie Jane has a large. Gerald Giles has the extra large. And Teresa's holding the 2X large. So please come along. Please come along and select your t-shirt size. Back row first.
That's where we go. Teresa, Teresa, Teresa. My size. As well, for those that are going to be doing ministry and prayers, I have 2, 4, 6, 7, good number, 7 anointing oils left, and I would like to give those and have those taken too.
Keep coming the next row down.
Thank you for allowing me to be part of this. It was a great
And so this concludes, everyone has their T-shirt now? This concludes our evening, and if there's any gospel jammers who want to rev up the room with some good music. Lydia's coming down. I thought somebody took one to her. Okay, where? Okay, Mary Lou. The new ASIP is meeting now for a brief meeting next door in the Mary Lou room, perhaps on the dance floor. The schedule, you know when breakfast is? Yes. And there's a newsprint in the lobby of the main inn that has the listing of the 3 buses that are leaving here to take you to the airport. The bus, at whatever time you get on, will take you to Air Canada first and then over to WestJet. 6:45. You're going to need 4 hours. So most of your names are on the list, so look it up. Brian?